duo, and we got a very special video for y'all today.
In our last video, we rebuilt, improved the 76ers, and now we're finna do it with the Bulls.
So, unfortunately, we tried to do it with the Bucks. Footage got corrupted. That's a story for another day. But we have the recipe.
So we're gonna fix it up real soon, but we gonna talk about the roster real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta get a little taste of what they got going on, man.
The Bulls, something serious now.
They made a lot of moves in the offseason.
Something serious.
They made a lot of moves in the offseason, specifically DeMar DeRozan and Lonzo Ball.
And Caruso.
Caruso was a pretty big signing for the bench, too.
That was a good piece.
But the rest of the bench is really what needs some work. We have some trade targets that we want to talk about. But first, let's go ahead and get into the bench and what they got going on. We got Alex Caruso, Derek Jones Jr.
And you got Tony Bradley and A.U. Demusumo.
Hey yo, Desumo, how you say your name, bro? Comment, I don't know. Comment, help me.
A.U. Desumo.
That way.
Yeah.
Then you got Javonte Green and Troy Brown Jr.
And we got Elise Johnson and Kobe White, but he's actually hurt right now.
But he is set to return within the week, I think. That's what I read. He's set to return this week. So that is a nice piece that they really need on their bench to return. Obviously, they still need a lot of work on that bench because half of those names y'all probably have never even heard of in your life. But we're going to get to the exciting part.
That's why the Bulls have DeMar, Lonzo, and Zach that could play damn near all game.
And that's the exciting part,
you know
okay? And then you can't forget to mention Vucevic neither. He's still an all-star.
Yeah.
Maybe not this year, but he is definitely not, a first-timer in the shit. Patrick Williams is also in there too, but he is out for the rest of the season. He just had surgery. So they are going to need to find a replacement for that power forward spot, which is mainly what we put in for the trade targets that I mentioned earlier.
Before we get into the trade targets, we're going to talk about how their season going real quick. They're doing pretty good. They got on a little run at the start of the season, so they ahead of the East, Pat. They second in the East. The record 17-10.
They got an 8-4 record at home, which isn't bad, but you should be winning just maybe one or two more of those games.
Their away record is 9-6, which you got to start winning some games on the road, especially them East games.
Because we're not talking about being no playoff team here. We're here to be a championship team, so we expect greatness from y'all boys, okay?
Yeah, before we get into that, Bulls and the Suns in the finals this year. Suns in 5.
Cap.
Anyways. Alright, now we gonna drop this.
In the conference, they 10-7. So you got to be a little bit better in the conference alone if you try to make it to the ship, man.
You got to be better in that conference. That's what I was talking about. You got to win all your conference games. Them need to be your try hard games right there. In their division, they're 2-2. That's something else you got to work on. Division, you got to be winning your folks in your division. That's them games you got to go 110% on right
110%.
110.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
but in their last 10 now. In their last 10, they've been struggling. 5-5. Okay,
which does have to do with some of the COVID stuff,
which is affecting everybody in the league. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. You gotta just keep rolling on, man. You know what I'm saying? Next man up mentality. Gotta go out and get a bucket. Straight like that. So let's go ahead and get into some of these trade targets. Okay. Now, obviously, like I said, if they're going to make it to the ship this year, they're going to have to find a way to replace Patrick Williams. Because having Patrick Williams there as is was already kind of talking about going to a ship just only due to his age. That has nothing to do with his talent. He's going to be a great player within the next 3 years. But right now, with his youth and his inexperience, I don't know if they would have made it to the ship with him. But there are plenty of players on the trade block right now that are perfect fits for the Bulls. You want to go ahead and start with them?
First, we got Montrezl Harrell.
Montrezl! And that boy been hooping now.
He been hooping like
with the Wizards, he's been hooping. At the beginning of the season, they was talking about an MVP candidate. We all knew he wasn't going to follow through with that all season. But he's still putting up good numbers. You know what I'm saying? He's still doing his thing. And he would be a nice little fit to squeeze in for what they need. 4-piece McNugget.
He'll be on that little 4-piece.
Next, we're going to go ahead and get into another player that I feel like is on a team that that might start the rebuilding process again, even though they just redid it. But either way, I feel like they might ship him off because they don't value this man as much as they should. It's Jeremy Grant, okay? I feel like they might ship him off, and the Bulls would be a nice little location for a boy to just...
Because he a little bucket now.
He is a little bucket.
And then he a little defender, you know what I'm saying?
Last season, he was averaging almost 25 a game, I want to say.
I like watching NBA defenders, man.
No cap. He's like he remind me of like a Mikal Bridges type, you know what I'm saying? Just a wing defender who can also go out there and give you the buck, man.
Next, we got, wait, what's his full name?
Danilo.
Never mind. Next, we got Gallo
from the Hawks. You know what I'm saying? We struggle with the first name a little bit. So we're just going to keep it right there. Y'all know exactly who we talking about. In my opinion, you know, I actually watch Buddy because I'm a Hawks fan.
Yeah.
So I think he would be a solid option for some team to go out there who needs someone who can just put the ball in the basket. Guaranteed. Like, he's going to be the slowest player on the court.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. He's still a solid defender as long as he can stay in front of the man.
You just have to worry about age, too.
Mid-range, three-pointers, he is a buck, okay? Now, you're not going to be able to play this man 30 minutes a game. It's just not. It just doesn't work like that, okay? He comes off the bench for the Hawks, so I don't know how this would necessarily work, but it is an option, okay? It is an option.
And now we have Marcus Morris Sr. And I think he's coming from
the Clippers. There's two of them, so they just kind of bounce all over the league. It's the tough guy. That's what you need on the team.
Yeah, tough guy, and I feel like that will run very smooth with the Bulls and DeMar and all that.
Just like Bobby Portis, and he's the next guy on our list. Crazy motherfucker. Baby coming in the game looking like this, like he cracked out or something. And he'll show like a motherfucker up, boy. Show like a motherfucker. What's up? You clamped up. I'm guarding you. Bet.
And don't leave him at the 3-point line, dude.
No cap, because he be locked in.
He gonna watch that motherfucker.
He look like he off an Adderall when he steps on the court. Like, he is focused. Like, he is locked in.
My boy a bucket, though. Next, we got Carmelo Anthony.
36 years old. And that's another motherfucker
Mr.
you can't play 30 minutes a game.
But that's fine. And I feel
just
like
need him to come out there
with him and his catch and shoot, his mid-range ability, it's perfect.
And his knowledge.
Bulls right now. It's perfect with the Bulls. Because the Bulls, let me tell y'all something about the Bulls right quick. The Bulls, I feel like they have the best complete team in the NBA right now. They have a true point guard, pass first point guard, can shoot, can still drive, but a pass first point guard, Lonzo. And then they have a sharpshooting slasher, pure slasher, and a high flying Zach LaVine. Then they have a mid-range facilitator, who can also shoot and slash with DeMar DeRozan. And then they have a 4-piece. They need to find a little good 4-piece. And then they have Vooch. Okay, Vooch can shoot from the 3-point line now. And Vooch can also give buckets in the post. They got a complete team.
And then the way you really broke that down, you have your offensive 5, you need the defensive 4. You go out there, you get that tough guy. I mean, you might really be straight. You don't even need a guy who's going to go out there and give you more than 10 points a game as long as he's going out there and locking shit up. You don't even need to go and trade for no high-profile name. You just need someone who's going to lock shit up.
Someone who work every day.
Straight like
Dive on the floor.
Now, you also got Christian Wood, Drummond. I might as well just throw Jordan Clarkson in there. That was just for added depth in the backcourt. But Drummond, gonna beat a motherfucker up if he got to. Christian Wood, he kind of soft, but he gonna go out there and still give you back.
He a good defensive block, you know what I'm saying? He'll get you a couple blocks a game.
Yeah. But he ain't that tough guy. But he would be more than half of these players that we listed if they could find a way to get their hands on him. I don't know how they would do that, but that's not my job. Okay, I'm just here to give you the names. We got a couple of improvements we want them to touch on. We'll go ahead and start with, of course, like I said earlier, the bench depth. Because when you got names, no offense, like Elise Johnson, Troy Brown Jr., Ayo Dosunmu, and Troy Bradley.
In the playoffs is gonna show.
And I'm not saying get rid of all of them because you do need to develop.
These boys gonna be tired. DeMar, Lonzo, they can't be out there for the whole game, every game in the playoffs. They gonna need them bench pieces that's gonna hold the lead, maintain the lead, stretch the lead. They gotta work on that bench.
And to be honest with you, I don't care if they average 3 points, but they are the best locker room asset. Fuck that. Okay, we're here to get buckets. Okay? We're here to get buckets.
Or steals.
Next, if you do, unfortunately, decide to just keep the team that you got, You have to focus on developing the youth. Like, you gotta focus on getting your bench has to just be able to come out and be confident that they can give you 10 points. Because sometimes you throw a whole, you know what I'm saying, you take out the starters. Because when you take the starters out of the game and you put the bench into the game, it changes the whole momentum. If these new bench players coming into the game and they can't even give you 12 points, 10 points in a span of 6 minutes while your starters trying to drink some fucking Gatorade, they come back in, it's just like my career where you're down fucking 20 points and you barely been out the fucking game. Like, what the fuck do you want Zach LaVine to do about this? Like, bro, he needs to breathe too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? DeMar needs to breathe. He's 30 years old.
If they can fix that bench, I
like them.
They're not gonna win the ship this year because, like I said, Suns in 5. But they will win the ship within the next 3 years if they can do something about that bench and keep their core. They're winning the ship in 3 years.
Now,
in less than 3 years.
Next, I ain't gonna say they need to trade Vucevic, but he definitely needs to improve his shooting splits. He is a 40% field goal shooter right now, and me personally, I feel like you as a center should be, at least as an all-star center, should be shooting over 50% as you have the most layup opportunities / post. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're literally right next to the goal. You should have over 50% field goal range, period, point blank, in a story. And you're only shooting 34% from the three-point line, and that's where you live, okay? You're not in the paint. You're on the three-point line. You just gotta make some minor adjustments to your game, and you'll fit even more perfectly with the Bulls.
I'm getting in line.
You gonna get in the line, show my boy.
Lonzo is doing good. I feel like he had a good start with the the power 4 team, the big 4. He just has to be more assertive though. His mid-range shooting and his layups, floaters, all that, he gotta knock those down. His 3-point shooting has been better than it's ever been.
Facts. People are actually respecting his shot now.
You know what I'm saying? So as long as we can get him on that dribble drive, he gonna be good.
But tell me,
passing the ball, that boy been having some dimes out there.
Facts.
Some dimes.
Facts. But tell me what sense it makes for you to be shooting a higher 3-point percentage than a 2-point percentage. Facts. Struggle. It didn't even sound right coming out my mouth. I'm talking about this man is shooting 42.1% from the 3-point line and 39.6% from the 2-point. Whether that's mainly he's missing his mid-range shots, his layup. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the Bulls.
You know what I mean?
I watch. You know, I'm a Hawks fan. I watch majority of Hawks games. My fault. I don't know why he's missing his 2-point shots. That's for the Bulls to figure out. I'm just pointing it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to point out that because that is just unacceptable. You got anything else?
Hey, I like what I'm seeing out the Bulls so far.
I just think Lonzo.
I do like what I see.
Because with you averaging them stats, if he can get up to about 20 points per game, it's over with. Lonzo would be turned. Because in 3 years, he's going to be averaging a triple-double. You know what I'm saying? No problem. Yeah. He just needs to get above that 20-point per game mark. And I think the Bulls have. Because once you have Lonzo averaging 20, you got LaVine averaging 26, and DeRozan averaging 26, I think. I don't know if that's ever. Okay, I take that back because Clay Curry and KD did that. Either way, you see what happens when you have 3 20-point scores on the same squad. You're going to win a ship. You know what I'm saying?
And just wait until Vooch come out that slump because he liable to give you 22.
And all they got to do is make a little splash at the trade deadline, and y'all got yourselves a spot in that championship. In our opinion,
to lose in 5 games to the Suns.
I'm not here to decide what happens. I'm just here to try to give you facts and our opinion on what needs to go down, man. Do you have anything else on how to fix the Bulls, my boy?
Billy Donovan doing good, man.
Donovan.
He letting these boys go out there and play some basketball.
His first season with the Bulls. It's either his first or second, but so
wasn't
far,
he with the Jazz?
I know he was with the Thunder. Don't quote us on that. We don't keep track of head coaches. You know what I'm saying?
He let them boys go out there and play some good old basketball. He don't say too much, don't do too much, and it's all working great right now.
Facts. He definitely put together a nice little free agency for the Bulls. So I think their front office is happy with him too. In my opinion, I think that's the recipe. I think that's the recipe. Ratatouille, bitch. Anyways, thank you if you watched this far into the video. We definitely appreciate it. Especially if you're a Bulls front office member. We know you appreciate it.
Hit my line.
You know what I'm saying?
I need a job. Yeah.
Make sure y'all spam up the like button.
Hit up the comments.
And subscribe to the gang. It's G-Wo, and we're out of here. Thank you for tuning in.
I hop in the boot, drop a shit like a roller. I switch up the flow for a show, make $1. Remember they hated